Piece by piece we conquer all, speed puzzlers in the hall. Eyes on target, hearts ablaze. In this rush we find our craze. Puzzle mania late at night, feeling high on this delight. Counting seconds ticking down, champion in this jigsaw town.
Pieces flying left and right. Time is running out, but it's alright. Patterns form like magic tricks. Fingers dance with quick, sharp flicks.
Eyes are locked on cardboard hues. Every move's a racing muse. Corners meet with frantic cheer. Victory's scent is drawing near. Puzzle mania late at night, feeling high on this delight. Counting seconds ticking down, champion in this jigsaw town. Brains on fire, tension snaps. Hands aligned at final clasp. Cheers are up, the crowd's amazed. In the glow of winning race, piece by piece we conquer all, speed puzzlers in the hall. Eyes on target, hearts ablaze. In this rush we find our craze. Puzzle mania late at night, feeling high on this delight. Counting seconds ticking down, champion in this jigsaw town.
Pieces flying left and right. Time is running out, but it's alright. Patterns form like magic tricks. Fingers dance with quick, sharp flicks.
Eyes are locked on cardboard hues. Every move's a racing muse. Corners meet with frantic cheer. Victory's scent is drawing near. Puzzle mania late at night, feeling high on this delight. Counting seconds ticking down, champion in this jigsaw town. by piece we conquer all. Speed puzzlers in the hall. Eyes on target, hearts ablaze. In this rush we find our craze. Puzzle mania late at night, feeling high on this delight. Counting seconds ticking down. Champion in this jigsaw town. Ooh, 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 ooh,
Pieces flying left and right. Time is running out, but it's alright. Patterns form like magic tricks. Fingers dance with quick, sharp flicks.
Eyes are locked on cardboard hues. Every move's a race in muse. Corners meet with frantic cheer. Victory's scent is drawing near. Puzzle mania late at night, feeling high on this delight. Counting seconds ticking down. Champion in this jigsaw town. Brains on fire, tension snaps. Hands aligned at final clasp. Cheers are up, the crowd's amazed. In the glow of winning race.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to tonight's competition. We've had a few technical difficulties, but hopefully it's working fine. It's been a day of plan Bs, as the plans have changed multiple times, but we're here now. I have a co-host, I have people in the background helping me, and we have about 100 participants who are ready to puzzle. So just log into the timer website myself and just double check that everyone's in there. Okay, so we've got 86 people registered on the website, and okay, it looks like some people are missing. Don't forget to log into the timer website, please. And greetings to my co-host Catherine. Welcome. Thank you for joining me.
Hello. Yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Yes, it's been a while, but yeah, happy to be here. So yes, this morning I made a post saying it was going to be Fruji and Jim who were co-hosting today, but with both of them something came up and we had to juggle things around a bit, but that's okay. We're here. And greetings to all our participants who are waiting with their colourful boxes, and also to our viewers on YouTube. So tonight we have the 50 Plus Club. This is a 200 and 300 piece competition. We still have a few minutes left, so if you're still doing your warm-up puzzle, you'll have some time to keep going with that. But yes, we have a theme today, which is just competitions in general. We asked our participants to finish the sentence, basically. Before I competed in speed puzzling, I competed in ... And we have some interesting answers. But yeah, I'd love to know with you, Catherine, were you competitive before speed puzzling?
Well, you're looking at the season 2000-2001 junior table tennis national champion of Luxembourg.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I used to play table tennis as a kid, and yeah, that one season we managed to like take the title in Luxembourg. So yeah, national champion, and then I just randomly quit because I was just like, okay, yeah, been there, done that. Let me try something else. And anything I did afterwards was not super competitive. You know, I did like dancing or music, and yeah, I wasn't as good of a musician like other people who can do like competitive music competitions. So all my other hobbies were just for fun. So for me, puzzling is really like my first step back into like the competitive world, if you want to say it like that.
Yeah, that's so cool. I like that you peaked early and then you resigned while you were still on top. But
Exactly. What about you, Misha?
I did competitive things as a kid, but not really as an adult. So as a kid, I did things like cross country running, and athletics at school. I really enjoyed, and just different sports. But I was trying to think, what have I done as an adult? And the main thing that I remember is Taekwondo, but that's not really competitive because you're not really competing against other people, so to speak. It's like you're kind of, I guess there's some kind of similarities with speed puzzling, like you are doing it with other people, but in the end you're training yourself. Yeah, because you would go to I can't even remember what they're called, but you go to a big thing and then you do all your training, you do all your patterns and all your skills, and then either you go to the next belt or not. But and other people, you were doing it with other people, but it wasn't really a competition as such. So I feel like speed puzzling is like, yeah, for me as an adult, like the first real like competitive thing, and that's quite fun. Yeah, so we have some interesting answers from our participants. I'll just read out a couple. Jim Sepp has done online gaming at a semi-professional level. I'm not sure what semi-professional gaming means. Maybe he won a few prizes or won some cash for that. And Marilyn has done cross-country skiing, swimming, and triathlon. So a lot of physical competitive sports. And then we also have Catherine, who has done Irish dancing, and she loved it so much and built so much confidence through those 20-something years of Irish dancing competitively. So quite a range of activities that our participants have done. Okay. So yeah, if you're in the if you're viewing as well, let us know what kind of things that you have competed in before joining speed puzzling, and we'll see what like a broad range of activities our community has done before. Okay, time to pack away the warm-up puzzles. So you may now unwrap your puzzles. You have 2 in there, so check that the stickers on both of them are removed as well.
Interesting.
Yeah, so the boxes are lightly taped together, so you remove the tape gently so it doesn't remove any of the printing on the box. Also to remove the stickers or slice the stickers so that the box lids come off easily. And nice to see Silika's cat on the table.
Yeah, Danique's cat was also on the table before. Everyone's cats always want to help.
Yes, so when you've cut the stickers on both of them, please place both of them on the table. So we do have 2 puzzles today. For the purpose of the live stream, we want to make sure that we do catch the first finishes, and that's in order to do that, we need to have everybody start on the same puzzle and then everybody finish on the same puzzle. So everybody will start on the 300-piece avatar puzzle. and you will finish on the Barbie puzzle. So you can just put the pink Barbie one off to the side. We do have 3 helpers who are watching, so when you have finished your puzzle, you don't need to wait for any confirmation or anything like that. If you have space on your table, you can push it off to the side. If you don't have space on your table, then yeah, you can put it back in the box. But ideally, when you are finished, you only click done when you have finished both puzzles. So don't need to write any comment or do anything when you finish the first puzzle, just straight away start on the second. And when you have finished the second puzzle, you hit done on the timer website, and then ideally put both puzzles next to each other so that Eric, who is checking the puzzles, can see that both are done. Okay, let's have a look. Yeah, so now we have 96 people who have registered. That sounds about right. Okay, everybody is starting on Avatar. The time limit is 2 hours. All right, let's do a countdown in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Puzzle.
Puzzle, good luck,
Good
everybody.
luck, everyone. All right, can we see the puzzles up close? Because they seem like 2 very, very different puzzles from each other.
So today I don't have the pictures on screen, so I will just show them here. The first is called Avatar, The Last Airbender. This is 300 pieces, and the image is actually in portrait format. So you've got nice, bold colors, easy sections like little collages with different colored backgrounds. So yeah, quite easy to sort and quite big figures, not too much detail in this one.
Yeah, so that's a good tip for people to know that maybe they should use the back of the box as a reference image.
Oh, yes, that's a good point. So if you haven't done these ones before, the full image is always on the back of the box. These are not square puzzles. The Last Airbender is portrait, and you'll see that on the back of the box. With Barbie, you can use the front of the box. So here we have a very busy, detailed collection. This is called Inspiring Girls Since 1959, and we just have a whole bunch of Barbie outfits and accessories.
Nice. Yeah, I've never seen that one before, actually, either. But I also, granted, I don't really look at 200-piece puzzles that much, as I look at like 500 or 1,000-piece puzzles. So I'm not surprised that I haven't seen it. But also, yeah, it looks like a cool puzzle, like where you can really go like pick and place with the pieces as well. So people are starting with the Avatar puzzle. It seems like kind of people could target different areas in this puzzle to start with. So I'm curious to see what most of the puzzlers are going to go for first.
Yes, I'm just putting the names of the puzzles in the chat.
Yes. Michelle is like triple multitasking today. It's been like one thing happening after another thing, and then we thought maybe we had it solved and someone else could do the switching, but Michelle also has to do the switching. So keep with us, because she is like switching, she's typing in the chat, she's trying to commentate, she's going to be introducing people. So she's wearing many hats today.
Yes, and in here in the attic and sweating, we know that many people are having a heat wave at the moment. So hopefully these puzzlers can power through the heat. So we're going to start in the alphabet in G today. Let's find our first participant. That would be Gabi from Austria, Gavin from the UK, Georgia from Italy, Helen from the UK, Ingrid from Romania, and Isabella from Germany.
Yeah, and we see some nice flipping and also some sorting happening there on the tables already. I see like this big pile of like more like orangey, red, yellowish kind of colors. And that seems to be like this bottom part of the puzzle. If I remember correctly, maybe I should pull up the puzzle as well and just have a look at it for a little bit before I start talking about it. And
Yes.
yeah, we see. people are already done flipping, because flipping 300 pieces goes so much faster than flipping 500 pieces.
That's true, yeah. So we're going to see, so something that's interesting is that I didn't notice when I only looked at the box, but something that you realize once you pull the pieces out is that the border, there is actually a colored border on the puzzle. So you have this like a rusty red color going around this trim, and you can see that already coming together on some of the participants' tables. So that also helps with pulling the border.
Okay, yeah, I see the image now. So in the foreground, kind of, we have the last airbender, and his whole like tunic that he's wearing is like red and yellow and like Bordeaux, like a little bit of a darker red. And then around it, like Michelle was saying, is the border. But I think the pieces, maybe it's like you see the red and you see the other color on it, or is the border all just one color?
The border is a single color, and it's the same color as his tunic, but the tunic has more like folds and shadows in there. So so now we have with us on screen, we've got Julia from Romania, Jeanette from the Netherlands, Jenny from the Netherlands, Jessica from the United States, and so Jessica H from the United States, and then Jessica N from the United States. And actually both Jessicas are EJJ artists. Jessica Henderson is the artist behind, or the photographer behind What a Colorful World, and Jessica Murray, you can see it actually on her puzzle stack. Hawaii is the artist behind Hawaii Reef. So very cool to have both of them. And then finishing off in the right hand corner, we've got Jim from the Netherlands with his little mascot that we often see on Inge's table.
Yeah, I'm glad to see that Jim is taking an actual foray into speed puzzling, because for a long time he was just kind of, I don't want to say but like just helping out, if their team needed someone to help out, and he was good. So I mean, good on him for like actually giving it a try. He was doing really well at the Dutch Nationals a couple of weeks ago as well. So yeah, it's nice to see people getting kind of sucked in slowly.
He has been influenced.
Yes. I mean, it's kind of hard to not be influenced if you're like in the vicinity of like some of the best speed puzzlers in the Netherlands. But it can also, I guess, can be a little bit intimidating too.
But yeah, good to, we actually have a few partners joining us in the 50 Plus Club. So that's also nice to see that others are getting roped in or or volunteering for that. So now we also have on screen Jodie, and she is from the United States. Then we have Julia from the Netherlands, Karen from the United States, Karen L from Belgium, Katarina E in the bottom middle from Austria, and then Katarina K in the bottom right from Germany.
Yeah, and these borders are coming together relatively easily, and I think it is because you can still, you have like the red border, but then on the piece itself you can also see the like kind of blocks of the characters that are around it, and they are all very distinct colors. There's like a green block and then like two blue blocks, but they are different colors: blue, a yellow block, a red block, and then one that is kind of like beige. I don't know any of the names of the characters, so if anyone is like a Avatar fan, feel free to tell me like what their names are, like in clock order. That would be nice to know. Because then I can stop referring to them as like the green character or like whatever.
Well, actually, I did do a little bit of a read up. What is the Avatar, the Last Airbender? So the Last Airbender can unite the four elements. So it's funny, in Deutsch, it's actually called Herr der Elemente, so Lord of the Elements. And so it sounds like there's earth, wind, fire, and something else. And that kid is the last airbender and has the special powers to bring peace to the kingdoms, something along those lines.
Nice. Yeah, I've heard of it, but I just never, like, anime is not really my field of interest, I would say. There's some things that I watch, and like movies that are anime I really enjoy, but I've never gotten really into like these big. I know a lot of people are watching this and are probably fans of it. So yeah, but I feel like this puzzle will be really nice to do, just going like color by color, and then kind of I'm assuming that like the last part people will do is going to be the middle, like this creature. There's like a little white cat-like lemur, like maybe like a lemur monkey. I don't know. Animal that's in the middle.
Yeah, so sorry, excuse me, Christina Norris, your camera is off. Christina Norris, please check your camera. Yeah, so that's quite a nice feature in the middle. You have this, yeah, a monkey cat, we can call it. That's what I was thinking, with oversized ears.
Yeah, it's very cute.
Yeah, Christina Norris, please turn your camera on. Yeah, so we
Momo,
have.
okay. The lemur cat thing is called Momo.
Okay, yeah, that one's easy to remember. Thank you. Yes, we can see you now, Christina. And Christina's got some helpers doing some Lego on the side. Very nice. So on screen, we've got Kenneth from, Denmark. Kenneth from Denmark. Kim from the Netherlands. Kristen from Iceland. Kristen from the United States. Kurt from the United States. And Larissa from Germany. And yeah, I can see that Kim van Meerten is doing a great progress there. We can actually see the whole face of the main avatar is coming along nicely.
Yeah, and then the person in the bottom right has done like a sort. Like you can see that she has put like different piles on the board next to her, and it looks like a red pile, a yellow pile. I'm not quite sure, like a blue pile maybe. And she's kind of working like off the trays, and right now she's pulling some pieces from the top, which is an interesting strategy. Like I would never think of using a tray for a 300 piece puzzle, because it seems like so small, but it can be definitely useful. You can just like grab it and hold it over it and then like work like that.
Yeah, and that looks really nice with the black background there, because the pieces really stand out there.
Yeah.
Something interesting about Larissa is that she usually puzzles wearing a onesie, like a penguin onesie or an owl onesie. But the last competition, which was like more than a month ago, she said it was getting too warm. And I see that she has now replaced her onesie, but keeping in character with like an owl hat. So that makes it easy for her, for us to identify her on the stream. And yes, she can channel her animal powers there.
Yeah, Kenneth is giving us a really nice overhead shot of the puzzle, and you can kind of see, I think a lot of people are drawn to the yellow to start with. I've seen like a few people have built like the yellow outlines around the character that is in the top right of the image, and they're kind of building from that. And I think, yeah, something that might also be really nice to work here are these lines where you can kind of see the difference between like two colors that are like adjacent to each other. And that can help really box in like where things go, and gives you like kind of an idea of the scale of the puzzle as well. Because if you're not used to doing 300 piece puzzles, like the pieces are the same size as 500 piece puzzles, but of course the puzzle is like much smaller. So just to give you an idea of like where things go, I think it's probably smart to, get kind of an idea for the scale of like how big is this blue section, how big is this green section.
Yeah, definitely. We can see that. Yes, really nicely coming together for those people on screen right now. Excuse me, Laura B, your camera is off. Laura B, please check that. And I just want to mention what Kurt wrote in his answer to the question. It made me very curious. Kurt said that he has done competitive marching band. I was part of a 300-member marching band at my high school. Nothing speedy about it, though. We spent all summer perfecting the 10-minute show, lots of hard work and repetitions to learn our music and drill. It all paid off as we won 3 Class A large school state championships in a row.
Nice.
So yes, a lot of discipline going into a marching band training and teamwork for sure. Okay, so we have some new folks on screen. We've got Lena from Germany, Louisa from Italy, Maggie Hubby from Germany, Marguerite from South Africa, and Maya from Finland.
Yeah, and Margrit, you can see that that looks really good. So these blue sections are like almost complete. The yellow section is complete, and it looks like she's pulling like face sections and seeing where they can go right now. Yeah, this is going to be like an outside-in type puzzle, isn't it?
Yeah, we can really see that coming together. I really like how the people who've done the border, and you can see, for example, in Lena's, she's done like a bit of the yellow and a bit of the green, and you can see it working towards the middle, but you have also this anchor, everything has like an anchor, and then you can like build off it going forward. So I really like seeing that come together. Whereas, for example, Maya, she's going more for faces. We can see yeah, that's something else. Like often it's like the eyes and the features that pop out, and so you may start from the inside, and leave the border to last. So interesting to see how that's coming together. SJ says in the comments that she was also in the marching band, and she got an award for it as most improved marcher, and she played the trumpet. Very impressive. I think there's something about marching band. It's like you have to be very like good at multitasking, because not only are you playing an instrument and most likely reading music as well, you're also marching and have a bit of choreography, and there's like you're doing this in a parade, so there's people walking past and people cheering, and there's a lot going on. So I think there's a lot of skills if you can master marching band.
Yeah, I wonder if like one of them has to be something that you're just going to be knowing how to do, and then you can kind of do that in the background and then focus on the other thing. Because I can't comprehend like how it would work to really pay attention to everything all at the same time. So I would assume that like probably the song is a thing that just is like automatic after practice, 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 and then you can focus more on like not bumping into each other and stuff.
Yeah, well, I'm still amazed by the fact that there's a 300 large marching band. That sounds like an enormous undertaking and coordination. So yes, we've got new people on screen. We've got Maria TB in the top left. She's from Sweden. We've got Marie from Norway, Marita from Sweden, Marjorie from the United States, Mayday from Poland, and Marilyn from Estonia. And yes, you can see some people have got this little card out. So there's no poster as such in the box, but there is a collector's card. So you can see that on Mayday's and Marilyn's table at the moment.
Yeah, Marina has made amazing progress. It looks to me like the top half of the puzzle is pretty much complete. Ish, and yeah, she's working on the bottom now, so it looks like she is starting to tackle the last airbender character soon.
Yeah, it's interesting how she's going from like top to bottom approach. Like she's got the top half done, and we can see that a popular place to start is like the blue corners. And then reaching into the whites. But yeah, some really good progress coming along here. We are at 17 minutes. And yes, Marina had some interesting replies. She has done a lot of competitive tasks. Do you want to read out her answer while I switch up the screens?
Yes. So she says, before I started competing in speed puzzling, I had already competed in all kinds of sports. Now, get ready for a super long list. Football, track and field, running, skiing, chess, show jumping, rabbit jumping. I have no idea what rabbit jumping is. So if you're done early, please let me know in the chat. And several dog sports, including nosework, agility, dog shows, and rally obedience. I mean, that's a very well-rounded person there who's like been doing everything from like team sports to like mental sports like chess to doing sports with animals. I mean, yeah, this is really crazy. She says also she's always been a competitive person, whether it's at work, playing games with friends, or competing in sports. I always want to give it my best. So yeah, we can see that in the way that you're puzzling.
Yes, Marina is fascinating. And actually, when we interviewed her, like I think it was the first time was probably more than a year ago, she had a lot of ribbons on her wall. So she had a different puzzling setup. So her table was different, and you could see a lot of ribbons that looked like they were from like dog sports or, yeah, obviously different competitive activities. So yeah, Marina is a true competitive person at heart. And she did mention that rabbit jumping before, because one of the questions we had was, what other activities have you, I think it was for a pairs competition, what other activities or interests do you share with your pairs partner? And I think she was puzzling with her daughter that day, or at least she said that she and her family members do rabbit show jumping.
Is
But-
it like jumping with rabbit? Like, do you lead rabbits over a course?
Yeah, she only wrote it as the answer. We haven't chatted to her since then, or at least we haven't chatted about that. We did interview her recently, but we didn't talk about rabbit show jumping. So Marina, maybe you should stay and we can find out. Okay, but I'm imagining little hurdles, like if you imagine, and then like the rabbits are jumping over them, or maybe.
Oh, thank you. Astra is doing the work for me. She said she Googled it. Rabbit show jumping is like horse show jumping. They run around and jump over different obstacles. I want to watch that.
That sounds
so cute.
Oh, that sounds super cute. Yes, and then on screen we've got Miriam from Germany, Mooney from Germany. Oh, Mooney's doing really well there. Yeah, so yeah, like 2/3 done, and Moras. Moras Delphine from France. Now I've lost my way. And we have Nadine from Germany, Nina from Slovenia, and Octavia from Romania.
Yeah, and we are at around the 20-minute mark. I had a quick look at like what are the times like for this puzzle, and the median time is just under 30 minutes. And the average time is 33 minutes. And I feel like a lot of the people that are here are going to be faster than that, because we're only at 20 minutes. And if I'm looking at Mooney's table right now, I mean, it's not going to take her 10 minutes to finish this. I don't think so. This is going to go faster than that.
Yeah, I know that she's really closing in, and I'm also getting some tips from our virtual assistants that Katarina and Marina are looking far ahead. Okay, so let's see who else we've got with us. So yeah, so we're at 21 minutes. Just as a reference, I did this puzzle in 26 minutes. So we could be seeing some finishes coming up soon, maybe in the next 5 minutes or so. And
yeah, let's see. I always like it when people surprise you, because you think like, oh yeah, this is the 50+ club and it's not gonna be like super fast, but there's people in the 50+ club who are very, very fast.
Yeah, so I'll just switch up the screen again, and I'd love you to read the comment from Nina. I thought that was quite interesting.
Yes, so Nina says she was doing volleyball competitions until going to college. In the early years of primary school, she competed in firefighter competitions. All through the start of primary school and until the end of high school, she also competed in math competitions. I mean, talking about like a diverse person, like volleyball, firefighting, math. What can't you do?
Oh, I can imagine that firefighting competitions are very strenuous, like a lot of heavy lifting, or like, I don't know, a lot of resistance.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'd love to know more about what is involved. I know I had some friends who were training to become firefighters, and I know they had to do a lot of fitness and lots of exercises with like abseiling and pipes and tunnels and things like that, all kinds of awkward things. So so we have with us Arena from Germany, Richard from Belgium, Rika from Denmark, we have two Rika J's from Denmark, Rika Jensen and Rika Jonasson, Romina from Switzerland, and Sana from Finland.
Yeah, if we learn anything from all the different competitions that people have been doing or things that people have been doing competitively, it's like if you're good at anything, there's probably going to be a competition about it. So maybe just Google things, you know. This is like how most of us found out about speed puzzling as well. And yeah, about the firefighting competitions, I don't want to miss Marina's finish. She is putting in like just a few pieces there, like in the red.
Yes, I've been told that
That's
Katarina
clever.
is also coming into the close, so let's just have a quick check in. Oh, Katarina K has just finished and has started the flip of the pink puzzle. And
Ooh, yay!
yay, go Katarina Klaskovsky. And Marina is putting in her last pieces. And let's see, Frida. So we might start the tidal wave of finishes that will show as many people as we can before we get there. Go, Frida. Last pieces on. Yeah, looks like people are going to finish in the tunic, and that's also where I finished as well, with all the folds and shadows, like just trying to figure out where that goes.
Yeah.
All right, good job there. Let's see if we can show a few more people, and then after that we'll get more finishes as they come in.
You know, SJ is saying she's looking into sleeping competitions because she's very good at that. And you're gonna laugh, but there is like a sleeping competition. I've seen this on TikTok that it's like how you lie, how you make the bed, and then like how well you can sleep undisturbed. I mean, it's kind of fascinating. So yeah, you have a chance.
Okay, I think we're getting to the point where finishes are going to come in. I'm going to put as many on the screen as I can.
Yeah, I think it's most important we catch like the finishers for the Barbie puzzle most of all, but of course we also want to catch people finishing the first puzzle.
Yeah, this will give us a good indication of how it who could potentially be in the top 10 for the overall. So we saw Marina, Katarina, and who else was that? Was it who've already finished? Then we've got Carla, Frida, Barrett, Sophie, Carla coming into the close.
Yeah, this is a great time for people to finish. So we're only at like 26 minutes. And like I said before, this is under the average and also under the median. So you guys are doing great.
Yeah, so Carla is placing her last pieces. I would be interested, so it's always interesting to see if somebody does not finish where everybody else finishes. Maybe there's somebody who is absolutely drawn to the red and does it earlier on and finishes in the whites perhaps, or finishes on the border. So a nice transition there for Carla. She's leaving hers on the table and is already starting with the flip. We also have Sophie who is done, and Berit is coming into there too. So now we're going to have a few more. So do you have My Speed Puzzling up at the moment?
Yes.
Can you check what we might expect for finishes on the Barbie puzzle? How long might that take?
Yeah, so the fastest finish was 13 minutes. And the slowest finish was 42, so it's a range. The median and the average are very close together. It's 22 and 23 minutes. So I'm expecting it to be slightly faster than the first puzzle, but not, 200 piece versus 300 piece puzzle faster, but just a little bit faster, because it's still like such a busy image that I feel like it'll slow people down versus doing, bigger sections at a time.
Yeah, I'll just check what my time was for that, the Barbie. It's so detailed, it made me a little bit crazy at some point. Like, I mean, for a 200-piece puzzle, it was challenging, I have to admit. So this one took me around 20 minutes.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll see how people are gonna do. That's kind of what I'm expecting as well for the first time. Finisher will probably be around your time somewhere. But you know, some 200-piece puzzles and 300-piece puzzles can be quite challenging. Like the 300-piece puzzle they gave us at the Dutch Nationals was in the teams competition was very challenging, and we did not like it as a team. And it was also
How many pieces was it?
It was 300 pieces, but it was the bigger piece cut. So it had the same size as a 1,000-piece puzzle, but it was only 300 pieces. And it was all these like dogs and like one cat.
Oh,
And it was not like that difficult of a puzzle. In the meantime, I did it again at home just as a casual puzzle, and it's fun. But if you're trying to do it as a team, it's just really hard because you just have to, you know, find two pieces that connect and like then kind of place it somewhere in the image where you think it goes. So yeah, it was a slow progress for us.
yeah. Well, it's interesting to see what will happen here, because the 300-piece puzzle is more blocky. You know, the color blocks, you've got clearly defined black lines between each of the pieces of the parts of the image. Whereas the Barbie puzzle, everything has pink background, and you just have so many details. It's about 4 Barbies high and about 8 Barbies wide, so maybe about 30 to 40 Barbies on there, but you also have text, you've got stars, you've got all kinds of like shoes and Barbie accessories kind of floating in between there. So the puzzles do require different skills. So we'll see, maybe somebody will move ahead who's better at more detailed and busy puzzles. So we've had some transitions. We've had Desiree finish her puzzle and is now starting her second. We've got Charlene on her second, and Jenny has got her last pieces going in on the airbender, as well as Nina. And after that, we'll see a lot more coming through.
I'm just having a look at closer look at the Barbie puzzle, and it also has like a gradient in the background that kind of radiates out from the middle, from like a lighter shade of pink to like a more, you know, like the actual Barbie pink. And then, like you said, it has like the Barbies, but then it also has like all kinds of other little things in between, like sunglasses and like accessories that the Barbies have. And then it also has the font, like the Barbie font in different colors that kind of spread throughout the image. So there are a lot of things that people could like grab onto. Plus, I don't think there's 2 of the same Barbies. So it's really about, who is good at like picking and placing, and then also finding where they go on the puzzle, and switch back and forth between those 2 lenses of like looking at the Barbies and looking at the background, and that can probably help you to do it. But yeah, in the meantime, we have still a lot of people. Well, we see a lot of exchanging happening right now. So people finishing the first puzzle, moving on to the second, and so a normal 500-piece puzzle you flip in like between like 3 and 4.5 minutes, most people. So I would assume like a 300-piece puzzle, you take about a little bit more than half of that, and then this is like a little bit less than half of that. So the flip for the 200-piece puzzle should go relatively fast, which I think is nice, like a nice boost into the puzzle. You know, if you do like a quick flip, you're like, yes, and then you can focus on the next step. And I don't know if like building the border with this puzzle first is gonna help much, unless maybe you want to know the dimensions of the puzzle. But I think probably just building the Barbies is probably the way to go. That's probably what I would do. I would pick like a color and then find like, I don't know, all the red Barbies and then build those, and then all the blue Barbies and then build those, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, we have Mooney doing a very different strategy. We've seen her do this before. So she's not flipping everything. She just flips over a few pieces, and if something stands out to her, then she places it already in the build frame where she thinks it's going to belong. And so we see lots of little individual pieces kind of scattered. But then when we look away and then look back again, then suddenly it's built. So it does work for her. And but we can see quite a different strategy going on there. with just single pieces placed in. So we've had more people transition to the second puzzle, such as Alexandra and Esther, Georgia, and Mooney, and many more coming in soon. I'm just going to check in with the fastest people from the first puzzle just to see how far they are along. It could go really quickly, so we don't want to lose track of them. So we've got Marina doing amazing there. So she's got the frame, but she's also got several of the Barbies completed. And then Katarina K as well. Yeah, looks like also kind of a outside in approach there, building off the frame, and then little floating elements from the dresses that stand out.
Yeah, it even looks like Marina's like islands in the middle are already kind of connected. It looks like she has like this kind of stream going in the middle from left to right. I'm not sure if it's 100% connected, but it definitely looks connected to me. Almost connected. Yeah, or connected? Yeah, maybe one piece missing to connect. Yeah, that's great.
Okay, so yeah, and then we've got Miriam and Tepard coming into the close of the Avatar puzzle and moving on to Barbie. But at this stage, what we can see is that Marina and Katarina are doing really well and leading at this stage, but it could all change. We could have some of the people who were a few minutes behind them catching up. And the 200 pieces does go fast. So
yeah. Yeah, after all, it is only 200 pieces. So even if it's like this, if you would do this as a 500 piece puzzle, I would say it's a super difficult puzzle. And it's not an easy puzzle now either, but for 200 pieces, it's still going to go fast. Yeah, I'm interested to see. So it looks to me like Marina and Katarina both did start with the border. So there must have been enough clues on there to build it, or, you know, just because there's not as many pieces, it's probably easier to build as well. So, yeah. Well, yeah, I can see that there's a lot of things that are like kind of on the border as well. So you can kind of pick and place the border too. Yeah, Marina is like flying through this in a way. Kind of interesting to see. Like she has like a few pieces in her left hand, and she takes them with her right hand, and sometimes like holds them up a little bit to the box to see like where they go. But for most of the time, she's actually looking at the puzzle, and I think she's also at a point now where looking at the puzzle is going to be more beneficial than looking at the box constantly, which probably with this puzzle you will have to do in the beginning just to kind of orientate yourself where things are. But once you have a few things already in the puzzle and connector pieces already sitting, it'll be easier for you to just look at the piece, look at where a piece is missing, and then placing it in. And then if you can't find it, you can always consult the box as well. Yeah, so yeah, pieces are just going in. And then Katarina, she is a little bit more building really from the outside in. So I don't see like a connection there yet that goes like from top to bottom or from left to right. But it's also really hard for me to see her image. And then in the bottom, we have Christina, who is also, she actually, this is smart. She has put the box next to her puzzle. So instead of then having to look up at the box and down again, all she has to do is just look left and right. And I think this can work well with a 200-piece puzzle because the pieces are not going to take up that much space on your board. So you actually do have space to put the puzzle box right there. And this can be really easy. Yeah, looking at Marina, every time I look away and then I look back at Marina, it's like she is like flying through this puzzle. Can she do this puzzle, like both puzzles, under 40 minutes? That would be exceptional. That would be really great. I mean, it could happen. There's not that many pieces left.
Yeah, it's just under 2 minutes. I mean, you're doing amazing. And Marina, if you can hear us, go, go, go. Just those single gaps. I mean, it only looks like she's got about 10 pieces left. I think she's going to do it, possibly even around the 39-minute mark.
Yeah.
And I know she's been really upping her training and really been really disciplined about it. So I wouldn't be surprised if she's done these ones before or she's just been practicing a lot of these ones. But you can see she's definitely got a very much a power stance. She's been standing up the whole way through. And here we go.
Yeah.
Come on, Marina.
Let's go. Woo!
Yay! Well done. 38 minutes, 46 seconds for 500
Wow.
pieces, 300, 200 split. Fantastic. Congratulations, Marina.
That's crazy. That's such a good
Yes.
time. Wow.
She must have heard that we wanted to chat with her about rabbit show jumping. So, all right, let's take a look at the field and see who else is coming up. But right now we've got on screen Katarina, Christina, and Frida, all doing really well. It's interesting that Frida has got a lot of the middle done, and it's kind of just floating in there. But
Yeah, I think maybe the background worked for her, that she could really tell that those pieces are like have a lighter background, and she just put it together. And now it's like floating in the middle, and all she has to do is just to connect it with something, and then it'll just be placing stuff in. Yeah, Katarina and Christina, very similar, at a very similar stage. Yeah, and who is this on the bottom right? Also doing great. Oh, sorry, the bottom left now. It's Carla. Oh, Carla, she is it the artist for the other.
Yes, she's also one of our artists. Oh, yes, so now we've got three EJJ artists. And I can tell you that there's somebody else in here. I won't say who, but has something in the works. We have, yes, we have a lot of unreleased puzzles coming up with images provided by EJJ participants and even family members. So that is quite exciting. So let's just recap. Marina was first with 38 minutes and 46 seconds. Fantastic time. And now we're watching 6 people who could be coming up, who could also be joining the top 6. We've got Katarina, Christina, Frida, Carla, Maggie Hubby, and Charlene. Quite hard to tell here. So anyone who is really good at busy puzzles could really accelerate here and overtake. It's not quite clear. There's no one who's standing out significantly as having 100 pieces more than the rest. So
no, it looks like Katarina, Christina, and Carla are very, very close by. And then right behind it is it Charlene in the bottom right, and Frida and Maggie Hubby. They are all 3 of them are also very close. But I feel, to me, it looks like Katarina might be like slightly ahead. But yeah, it's really hard to tell.
Yeah, because the gaps are in different places.
Yeah.
And because there's so many details, it's like, what stands out to you? Is it the yellow figures? There's a lot of yellow on there, but then again, there's also so many that, it can be confusing. Or is it more like the darker dresses the darker outfits that provide more contrast? And actually, the darker outfits generally tend to be around the edges. So that might be why we see a lot of like building off the edges, because those elements have more contrast.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how it goes. Well, Frida's island in the middle is now connected. So she has connected it at the top, at the bottom. She has connected it, I think, also on the left, and now also on the right. So it's connected everywhere. Now we just have to fill in the gaps that we have. Just put the pieces in where they belong. It's not that hard, guys.
But yeah, we could see some new names in the on the podium in the top 10. This is always exciting because we have seen a group of the 50 plus club have actually graduated into the sub 50. This is the first time we're doing the live stream with just the new batch of 50 plus. And so yes, there's a lot of potential to get to know some new people, and that's always exciting. So we also see Berit and we also had Nina on the screen a few moments ago as well. They've also in the hunt now with the Barbie puzzle, making good inroads there.
Yeah, it's looking really good. And I know that this is like something, okay, so we're like just under the 45 minutes. So now is like this time where Jim would always say, now is the time when you're gonna start to feel tired and you're gonna kind of feel this slug. And you just have to like keep pushing and do it. But actually I did some research into this and it is true. So because we're all doing like all of these little micro decisions when we're puzzling, you kind of get decision fatigue. Like even the way that your hands are moving and like which piece to pick up and where to put it, all of these are like little like decisions that we do. We do about 1,200 in an hour, but we only have so many decisions that we can actually like cognitively do. So that's why we start to feel tired like between 30 and 45 minutes. And a good way to kind of, well, honestly, obviously, if you're almost finished, like I would just keep pushing. But if you're not almost finished, take like a little cognitive break from the puzzle, in a sense that you just take a breath, or you just like stand up if you're sitting, or sit if you were standing, like look at it from a different perspective. And it can really help to like reset your like brain to like go faster. Oh, and we have Christina. She's
Yes. Well done, Christina. 44 minutes 36. Christina from Germany. Congratulations.
Yay.
Fantastic. And really close behind, we have Katarina K, Frida, and Carla. They've all got about like 15, 20 pieces left. It's going to be really close between the three of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so our helpers are also mentioning that Danique is doing the puzzle from inside out, but most people are doing it from the outside in. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, interesting. Danique is working from the inside out. But here, we're getting down now to about 10 pieces between Katarina and Carla. Go, go, go. Come on. It's where it all blends in now. Like it's not that bright, intense pink anymore. It's like that soft pink mixed in with the yellows, and then like the details are not as like discernible.
Yeah, it's interesting to see that Katarina has like one bigger hole-ish kind of in the middle, and Carla has like little holes everywhere.
It's going to be close.
Let's go, let's go.
Come on.
What happens if it's a tie? Oh, there we go. Katarina, congratulations.
And yes, and Carla just moments behind. Well done. Yes, don't forget to click done. Well done, Katarina and Carla. All right, and Frida is there now. Let's see who else. I just took some people off the screen just so we could focus in on those finishes, and now we have the others joining in.
You know, everyone finished so fast that we didn't even have time to ask the chat what we think the winning time would be. Because I think it would have been interesting to guess, you know, how long does it take to do a 300 and a 200 piece puzzle? But I think most people would guess around the hour mark or just under the hour, because you would think that you could do it kind of as quickly as a 500 piece puzzle. But I think you can probably do it faster than a 500 piece puzzle of equal difficulty, let's say.
And come on, Frida, to take out the 5th position.
Yay.
Well done. So yes, new names. I haven't seen Frida before. Congratulations.
Yes, congrats to the first 5 finishers of 96 competing tonight, which is kind of a lot of people.
These competitions were very, very popular. So I will be doing more. I know in the last batch, the batch we're just selling now, there's only one of these options, but I do plan in the future batches to have more of these types of competitions, since there seems to be a big demand for it. And also maybe doing a 300 plus 300 as an open competition, so not restricted to the 50 plus. So maybe for the faster people who want a challenge to see if they can do 2 300 piece puzzles in 2 hours, that would be a challenge that I'm thinking about, because I'm also having a lot of fun doing these 300 piece puzzles at the moment.
Yeah, they are a lot of fun because you feel so fast when you finish them.
Yeah, and
It's like
they
a good
just
mood booster.
they are, and they also just have like this nice size. Like it's just nice and compact. You know, the way they fit on the table and.
Mhm. Yeah, I wish they would be used more in competitions. I don't like them when they have the giant piece cut, just because that is like too much for my brain to like adapt also to a different piece cut, like these bigger pieces. But this size, yeah, I would love to have like a national competition where this is thrown in. Why not?
Yeah, like a sprint puzzle where you just like 300 pieces, go.
Yeah.
And Marilyn, come on, Marilyn, to take out top 6. 5 pieces left. But Barrett, Nina, Charlene, Delphine, and Kiara are also looking really close. And it's not even 50 minutes yet. So this is really fantastic to be coming up. We're going to have a lot of finishes in the next like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And that's a fantastic time for the 50 Plus Club for 2 puzzles. Well done, Marilyn.
Yay. Yeah. 49:31 seconds. So what was your combined time of the 2 puzzles, Michelle?
Good question. Let me check. So almost 20 minutes for the Barbie and 26 minutes for Avatar. So around 46 minutes.
Yeah.
And here
So
comes
you would have. Yes. Everyone, yeah.
So this is the part where we have so many people finishing all at the same spot that we start to miss people. So Tanya just finished, but we didn't have her there. There we go. Now we see Tanya. Well done. Okay, now it's starting to roll. So now I'm going to have to focus more on who is about to finish.
Yes. And maybe in the meantime, I could already interview our winner, Marina, if she's still here. And then she can tell me all about bunny racing. Is that what it was called?
Bunny show jumping?
Bunny, yeah. Anyway, I want to know everything. Marina, are you there?
Hi.
Hi. Congratulations on your win today.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You did so good. Did you expect to finish both puzzles in under 40 minutes?
No, I didn't think so because the 300 I thought was more difficult for me and I hadn't done it. But the 200 Barbie I have done.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't know how the 300 should go.
Yeah. It
But
looked
I
like
really like the smaller account. That's my thing, I think.
Yeah, it looked like you went in there with a strategy, like you knew what you were doing and you were just kind of like flying through the puzzle. Yeah. So tell me a little bit before we get to the bunnies. I want to get to the bunnies, but tell me first a little bit about the first puzzle. So Avatar: The Last Airbender you already said is not something you usually are very good at, but you still did really well. I think you finished second with that one, or second or third. What was your strategy going into that?
I looked at the picture before when we had some time, and I was looking for the colors, like lighter blue, darker blue, yellow, and I was in green, and I was thinking to take the colors and then going for the white, and like the skin for one part, and I finished with the red and the clothes of the big avatar.
Mm-hmm.
So the strategy was to go by color.
Yeah. And you so you went by color, like top down, or like just whichever color stuck out to you?
Yeah, before I was thinking that I should start with the yellow, but when I was looking at the pile, I started with the green. But then I could do I think I don't remember if I took the yellow or the blue first. And then I also took like out the faces because they was easy to spot and to see immediately where they were going.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's something that a lot of speed puzzlers kind of forget, is that faces are actually kind of easy in the sense that, you know where some things go, like the eyes go there, the nose goes there, the mouth goes there. And I feel like a lot of the times, if you're becoming like a speed puzzler, you look less at faces and you look more at like textures or color or other things that interest you. Is that an animal that you have there? Which one?
A dog.
Oh, that's a dog. Okay. I was like, the bunny is coming. So I only saw the ears.
I don't have any bunnies longer. Yeah. Now it's a dog. Yeah.
Yeah. And then so you went through the avatar and you knew how you were going to tackle the Barbie puzzle. So maybe instead of telling me like exactly what you did now, tell me what you did, like what you kept from your practice trial when you did it before, and like what did you adjust?
Yeah, I was like, if I remember the first time, I think I was more chaotic and I didn't see like it was darker pink around and it was more lighter pink in the middle. So that was something that I kept in mind. I think it's much easier when you look also on the background. Mm-hmm. And then some colors stood out, like the red, like the dark blue, and the words Barbie. So yeah, I was looking at both smaller things that I could take out at the same time, but also like the background, the color of the background. And then I knew where to look. Mm-hmm. So sometimes I could only look at the puzzle and sometimes I had to look at the pictures.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I feel like your strategy worked out obviously really well considering your time. I think you were like so fast actually with your second puzzle, because if I remember correctly, then your first puzzle was about 22 or 23 minutes maybe, and then your second one must have been only like 15 minutes.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we have to rewatch it because I don't like remember exactly anymore, but yeah, your second one was very fast. Okay, tell me everything about Bunny. What is it called?
Bunny jumping, show jumping. Yeah. Show jumping.
Yeah.
Before we had like 2, and afterwards we had 3 bunnies that we did compete with. It was me and my oldest daughter, and it was like they were going for hurdles, like if you horse show jumping. It's almost the same, but you have the bunnies in the harness, mm-hmm. And then you run beside the bunny.
Oh, okay. So it's in a big field. So you run. It's like agility for dogs, but then with bunnies.
Yeah, and it's also like a straight. So they jump like this, and then it goes very fast. And you can also have like, agility.
Yeah. So, for some reason, I imagined it being like an enclosure and you would have to guide them, like, I don't know, with a treat in front of their nose or something. But they actually is it like all types of breeds of bunnies, or is it like specific bunnies that are doing this?
Not the specific bunnies, because they are bred to do jumping. Mm-hmm. So it's quite hard to find that bunny. It isn't so easy.
Yeah.
We had like one we bought from different places in Sweden.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was very fun. It was my daughter that wanted to, and I said, okay, let's do it. And we had a lot of fun doing it together.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds like such a fun activity also to do together as a family. And Are the bunnies then, are they also cuddly at home? Like, are they good pets as well?
Yes. And my daughter learned them a lot of tricks, like stand and do like this
Hmm.
high five and
Yeah.
spin and all different things. You can learn them much more than you think.
Yeah.
So
And at home, did you have them also like roaming around your house?
they lived in like a small house, like we made before. It was when our children were smaller, it was like a playhouse for them, a small one. And then my daughter and my husband rebuilt it to be a home for the bunnies.
Hmm.
So sometimes they come inside, and we also had them a lot to take them out every day and train them and just cuddle with them. So
Yeah.
it was a nice time.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds really cool. That sounds something. Yeah. If I'm allergic to bunnies, so I can't have them, but I just think they're so cute. Do they have live streams of these competitions? Can you watch that somewhere?
You can watch it afterwards. It wasn't live streamed, but you can watch it in YouTube.
Okay, cool. I think that'll be a bunny hole that I will go down.
Yeah, and
Maybe
it's
tonight.
high, they can jump really high.
Yeah.
So yeah, you don't think so, but they are. Yeah, like, and also you can jump, compete with them in the highest jump,
Hmm.
and I don't know what's the name, but length. or
Yeah.
Which bunny jumps the longest.
The furthest. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
So one different special small area from another, and then I went to speed puzzling.
Yeah. Well, you wrote a bunch of other things that you were doing competitively. What was your favorite one of all the things?
I think it's to compete with my dog.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's like a teamwork. We together, and it's so much fun. And yeah, I really like that, and see how happy she is, and so that's great.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really cool. I never knew anything about like dog sports either before I met Fruji, and then Fruji was telling me about all the stuff she is doing with her dogs. Yeah, so it's really cool, and I can imagine it's also really fun because anyone who has a dog and who's like training their dog even just a little bit knows like how much fun it is to just teach them tricks and like how happy they are when they do it. And then, so what kind of a sport is this? The dog that you are doing?
Yes, yes, that's spicy. Yeah, I compete now. It's most nose work.
Mhm.
So we compete in that. It's like they should found the scents of different, yeah, dofter. Yeah, I don't know the word, but that's the thing we do most of the time, and she's really good at that. So it's much fun,
Mhm.
and she loves
Yeah.
it. That's most important.
Yeah. Yeah. If they don't like it, there's no point in like forcing them to do it.
Should be fun,
Yeah.
like puzzling.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's also fun if you win, you know? So
Yeah, the first time ever in puzzling.
yeah, congratulations. I mean, you did I'm gonna repeat myself all the time, but like you did so well today, and I could really tell with the second puzzle that you were just like you were so focused. Yeah, you could see it when you were watching yourself. You should watch it back, and you can like see how you were like really into it.
Yeah, I will do that. And I only have like one puzzle now before I have to leave the 50 plus club.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah, then we have to ask Michelle, does doing a 300 and a 200 piece under 50 minutes count as doing a 500 piece puzzle under 50 minutes?
No, it doesn't. So were you including this one in there?
No.
No.
So
Okay.
I have, yeah, I think it's like like the last month, something
Something
happened.
has changed because I can see it when I watch you. Like as Catherine is saying, you're very focused and you're like standing and you're over your table and it just seems like you've done a lot more training and you're really like honing in. I don't know what has changed in your training in the last like couple of months.
I have trained a lot, and I've trained with some very, very good people that have learned me a lot of good things.
Mm-hmm.
And all of you think you know them. It's a couple. It's the best couple. Yeah. So I've taken some coaching and practicing with Marie and Jim.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's
That's what
fantastic. See, I knew something was different. And also we've seen your times coming down and now like to win the 50 plus club, like that's amazing because I know your times were more like above the hour or so and something has changed. So whatever you're doing, and it sounds like your coaching with Mari and Jim has paid off. So
yeah,
well, thank you so much.
I train a lot, so that's also something I have to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. But thank you very much for today. And I was glad to hear, Michelle, that you're thinking about taking like 300 and 300 for everyone, because I really like these small amounts.
Yeah, I think some people are getting jealous that the 50 plus club get the 2s and 300s, and they say I want some too. My problem with doing a 200 and 300 for everybody is that like, well, we know that some people can do 500 pieces in 25 minutes, so I didn't want to have a competition that only lasted like 15 minutes. Like there has to be some more substance in there, but I think maybe doing 300 piece puzzles might be an option, or yeah, we'll see. But I'm definitely enjoying these puzzles as well.
That's good. But one last question. So now, when we was just order for 50 plus, and if I leave 50 plus before, but can I still compete in everyone I have ordered?
Yes. So when you get your 6 first attempts, then you can also do all the competitions for 50 plus club that you still have in your possession, and then in like another 2 months when you're the next time to order, then you can't order those ones anymore.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye. Yeah, so what happened while we had the discussion? Because I could not pay attention to talking to her and whatever was happening.
Oh, it's been non-stop finishes, so we're at 39 finishes so far. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so from the app I can see there's been 57 finishers, so we're officially over halfway done with everyone. Will everyone finish in the time? I think so. I think we have a good chance with this that everyone can finish both puzzles within the 2 hours. At least from what I see. Do I see everyone on my screen right now? Almost everyone? Yeah, I think I see everyone on my screen. Yeah, and from what I can see, also everyone has moved on to the second puzzle, right?
It looks like it's mostly pink, yes. So from what we can see, looking good so far. Yeah, at 1 hour and 7 minutes. So yes, we still have a very long time frame to go. We've got 53 minutes, and the finishes are just rolling in. So yes, let's check who came second, because I've already forgotten because it was so much has happened since then.
It was Christina from Germany.
Okay, is she still in the meeting? No, she has left, unfortunately. When we had Katarina Losowski, who came third, she has left. Carla, would you like to join us for an interview? Carla Agostino, 4th place. I see that you're still in the meeting.
Yes, Carla. Yeah, she looked so happy when she finished. And they were so close together as well. like 12, 13 seconds between her and Katharina. So yeah, that's very close. Yeah, so so many people about to finish. Alex only has to put a few pieces in. Rike just finished. I can see, who is almost done as well. Bram, who is putting in the last pieces. Ingrid is putting in the last pieces as well. Yeah, I think, guys, we can clear this room in this time, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so I'm not getting a response from Carla, but we do have Kiara who's in the meeting, and she has finished, and she has a very interesting answer, and her husband is still puzzling. So how about we have a chat with Kiara Godwin, an Irish puzzler living in Switzerland.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. It's nice to meet you. I read your and your husband's answer in the sheet, and I was like, competitive programming? What is that? But maybe before we talk about that, that was just like a little teaser for the people, so they stay tuned. Tell us like about your puzzling experience today. Like, how did it go for you? Are you satisfied?
It went well. I felt like my Barbie went a bit slower than I would have liked, because I did do it like about 2 months ago or so, but I remembered nothing from having done it before. I think the details are so tiny that I thought it would help, but it didn't help. But I'm still pretty happy with my progress.
Yeah. Nice. What was your time? Wait, I can find it. Kiara. Oh yeah, just around the 50-minute mark for both puzzles. Yeah, that's really good. That's very good. Very great. Okay. Competitive programming. What is it?
So we did it in college. It's very common in universities, and like you can do contests like on local levels and then international levels. And basically they kind of give you a puzzle, like I think in the main format that we did, it would be like 10 different problems to solve, and you have to write a program that can solve the problem and solve all the cases that they give you. And usually you're on a team of 3, and you basically, whoever gets the most problems done the fastest is kind of the winner, is how they do that. And we did a few of the national Irish contests, and myself, my husband, and our friend came first in those 2 years in a row. And then we went abroad to the UK at some point. Once we started going abroad, our placement kind of went way down. And then we actually went to Russia for a workshop on competitive programming. But it was really funny because it was like 50 Russian teams, us, the Irish team, and 1 Italian team. This was like 8 years ago now, I'd say. And it was like the 50 Russian teams on top, and then it was a battle between the Italian team or the Irish team for who would get last place.
Can you tell me like an example of what like one of these puzzles is like? Because I can't imagine anything.
So it could be as basic, like it can be as simple as, oh, here's a word, how many vowels are in the word? It could be that basic, and then it could get complicated to like, oh, we're in New York and we have 20 locations we need to hit up. What's the fastest route? What's the fastest way to get to all of those places? Like, what's the fastest route if we need to hit all of them? And it could get even more complicated than that. There's like, and usually there's like a technique, or basically there's usually an idea of how you should solve it for the simpler problems that they give you. Because you can write a program that will do it really inefficiently and your program will never finish, or you could do something that will do it quite efficiently. And the for the contest, you have to make sure your program is fast. It has to finish like within a second, for example.
Okay. And you write these programs just in like, I don't know, what, in a software? Like, I don't.
Yeah, so you use a programming language and you get to choose the language. Usually they support most major languages.
Yeah. Okay, so it's the choice of the team.
Yeah. And sometimes even like, so I would have kind of specialized more in Python, and I would have done maybe more pattern recognition problems. And then Kian, he would have done a lot of the C++ and maybe some problems that required being super efficient. And so you kind of have different strengths in the team as well.
Yeah. And how, I don't remember if you mentioned, how many people are in a team?
3 usually.
And then you just kind of say, you like, okay, you work on this, you work on that, and then you put it together?
Yeah, that's kind of usually how it goes down. It's like you each kind of take a problem and start working on it. But usually you've only got one computer, so you kind of have to split your time nicely. So maybe one person is like writing on paper and like figuring out how they'll solve it, while the other is already at the computer, because sometimes there's usually like 1 or 2 easy hanging fruit. They'll like give you 8 problems, but maybe there's 2 in the middle that are actually, like, you can get it out in 5 minutes, and it's spotting that and doing that quickly.
So what is like the record for these things? Like, what is like the top programmers, like how long does it take them to do this? Just so that I have like a scale that I can compare it to.
So usually it's actually so I think the contests, I can't fully remember, like I haven't done one. It can vary. So that's the thing, like it depends. It can be 2 hours, 3 hours. But the thing is, they make the problem so hard that maybe even the top team doesn't finish all the questions. So you might be working until the very end.
Yeah. So it's more like, if I'm comparing it to puzzling, it's more like you're doing a marathon kind of in a team where everyone's working on like different parts of different puzzles, and then you just try to finish as many as you can.
Yeah, and it might go like really fast at the start, and then you're kind of in a slog of, I remember there was one competition where I think we did most of what we could do in 40 minutes. And then I think 5 minutes before the end, we randomly were able to solve the last, like another problem, not the last problem, but yeah, one more.
Yeah, that sounds like, is it like also really niche, like speed puzzling, or is it a little bit more?
I think it is niche because it's mainly like most of the competitions are only open to college students. And I think it's because it's kind of used as recruitment tools as well by companies. But then once you leave college, there are contests, but not many of them are run anymore, but they're also a lot more competitive. Like, where you may have placed while you were in university is not going to match out in the real world.
Yeah. And if it's too personal, you don't have to answer, but I'm wondering if you're both ended up becoming programmers or like are still working in the field.
Yeah, we're both software engineers.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So good. Then it worked out for you.
Yeah.
Nice. And you said you met through this, and then like your love story like blossomed from being on a team together, or you were already a couple before you started competing?
We were a couple before we started doing the contests together. However, we were both into Rubik's Cubes beforehand. And that's how we started talking in the beginning. So we actually went to a Rubik's Cube contest together. But then, when we started dating is when we kind of started doing the program contests together.
Yeah, nice. I like when couples have things in common that they can do together. Tell me a little bit about like Rubik's cubing, because those things I feel like have becoming more and more mainstream and like bigger and bigger. And every year when they have like the world championships in cubing, I see it everywhere. And maybe, it's also part of my algorithm because I'm, looking at speed puzzling videos all the time. So it's like, hey, maybe this would be good for you. But I feel like these competitions are so big, they're so professional. Were they like that when you were doing it already?
They weren't as popular as they are today. Like I haven't done it for years. Kian like recently took it back up again, but yeah, I was doing it in like 2012 and it wasn't nearly as popular. Like I remember the record at the time like was 5.6 seconds or something like this by an Australian guy, Felix, I believe. And now it's I don't know what it is right now, but maybe 3 seconds or something. Like it's insane the difference. And Kian was saying like they have like 10 contests in Switzerland alone in like the next year. And the different, like it used to kind of mainly be who can do it the fastest, but now there's like all these other contests. Like Kiana is training for like where they give you a scramble, like a predetermined scramble, and you have to try and do it in as few moves as possible. So you have an hour to basically determine what the moves would be to get it solved and try and get that as few as possible. So I think usually like mathematically it should be possible to do it in 20 moves, and so now Kian can do it in 30 moves, I think. So that's something he's training for. But and there's these like blind solves, like where people like I think there's this case where somebody got like 60 cubes, and because I think for the blind contest you can just state the number of cubes you can do, and they look at the 60 cubes and they investigate them all. Then they put on a blindfold and they solve all of them without ever unfolding their blindfold again.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's insane. Isn't like Rubik's cubing, every time I do see it, it's like young boys doing it. And they're so fast. So I wonder there if it's like a disadvantage if you're older, because you just can't be as like nimble. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I definitely like, yeah, I've noticed that a lot. Even when I used to do it, like I was like the only girl who seems to do it. Yeah. But I think so. Kian, when he took it back up recently, and like his record like previously was maybe around the 20-second mark, but like he only took it back up about 3 months ago, and he's managed to get I think 13 seconds there a few days ago. So like, yeah, definitely think you can still get some fast times.
Yeah. Do they have different tiers for speed cubing, like where you're in different competing with different people in different like categories? I don't know, like we have 50 plus and then sub 50 or whatever, like categories like that.
Not that I'm aware of. I think it's just the look of the draw where you compete and like how large the contest is.
Yeah, so now you're in Switzerland, and is there like a big cubing community?
Kian says there is. So he was saying that there's like so many contests. He's thinking of going to one at some point soon. He hasn't actually done anything yet because he only took it back up recently, but yeah, he probably will soon.
Yeah. And you are not interested in picking it back up?
No, I think since I got into puzzling, and then when Kian got back into cubing, I was like, I had no interest, because for me it's just too repetitive. You're just doing the same thing over and over, and you're just memorizing patterns. Like, yeah, I only took up puzzling in the end of February, and I think after 2 weeks I saw online somebody saying something about memorizing the piece cut. And when I heard that, I was literally about to throw the puzzles to the side, and I was like, if that's what I need to do, I'm out. And then I learned you don't have to do that.
No.
So yeah, I think just the idea of just memorizing things just doesn't appeal to me at the moment.
Yeah. Fair.
Kiara, I just have to interject, because your husband is about to finish his puzzle. Well, maybe you can see that already, because is he next to you? Is he in the same room?
No, we're actually in separate rooms at the moment. Yeah, this for space.
So the last 4 pieces are going in. Well done, Kian. Is this his first competition?
No, he's done maybe 3, I'd say, EJJ so far, 3 or 4. Yeah.
Yes, good job. You have to press done, Kian.
And his times are definitely improving.
Excellent. Oh, there we go. Good job.
Yay. Congrats. Yeah, maybe he can join you if he's up for it. I don't know if he's up for it.
I'm not sure if he will be. Kian, would you like to join?
Hey, yes, I'm here.
Hi. So your wife was just telling us all about speed. No, it's not called speed programming, is it? And
Speed
then
cubing, yes. Oh, and
Yeah.
competitive programming, yeah.
Competitive programming, speed cubing. Were you listening to the commentary?
Yes, of course.
Okay. So do you have anything to add or like any corrections?
No, I think she was all fairly accurate. I would say with the speed cubing, it's not all memorization. You know, there's plenty of, you know, building intuition and all of this kind of thing. But yeah, I need something to do in the evenings now that my wife is a full-time speed puzzler.
Yeah, I mean, you're also a speed puzzler. You did both of these puzzles in like an hour and 23-ish minutes.
Mhm. I've
Yeah.
been practicing as well. Yeah, I'm getting better slowly but surely, but I'm still not quite on her level. She's a few months ahead of me at least.
Yeah. I think, you know, for the fact that Chiara, you said you just started speed puzzling in February. I mean, that and then Kian, you said like even later than that. So I feel like for that you're doing really, really well. Yeah. Don't sell yourself short. You're all doing good. What was the fascination for you to get like into cubing, and why are you going back to it now? Like, okay, you say you need something to do, but like there must be something that is like calling your name, or something maybe you need to finish, something that you started. I don't know.
I think it just I think originally it just seemed like a cool thing to do. I was into it maybe 13 years ago or so. And we moved house maybe a year ago, and some of the old cubes came up in the move when clearing out drawers and things like this. So it's on my mind. And then yeah, I think it's been coming up in my feed in various social medias and all of that recently. So it kind of it's been in the back of my mind, subconsciously sort of pushing me towards it. And yeah, I've enjoyed kind of catching up with like what's new, the new techniques or the new records and everything. But yeah, I'm 29 and I'm very much an old man when it comes to these competitions. I think like the top 2 or so record holders are like 4 and 5 years old respectively. So it's always
Wow.
humbling.
Well, that's
Like
pretty young.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
I thought you were gonna say 14.
No, my God. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what kind of training regime they have, but
I mean, they can't have been practicing for that long if they are 4.
yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, I see their like, you know, pages. There's an equivalent of My Speed Puzzle for cubing, and I can see on the page that they've done very little in terms of contests, but then obviously their rate of improvement is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
That's crazy. For some reason I am like, I've seen them doing cubing like online, and in my mind I thought, okay, these are like 10-year-olds, but like I didn't know like little children were doing it and they were fast.
Yeah, unbelievable. So I don't know, maybe there's something, maybe it's not having a job that might be an advantage, or just being able to do the more intricate moves quicker. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's sort of advantage that I certainly do not.
Yeah, but I would imagine that their hands are so small. Like, do the cubes even fit in their hands? Like,
I find it's a little too small for me. So I guess there's probably some perfect hand size. You know, like I'm sure the Michael Phelps of speed cubing has like the exact right length of fingers, you know, a perfectly engineered move for it. So maybe the sweet spot is somewhere around like 4 or 5 years old.
Are you allowed to compete with another sized cube? Like, could they get a mini cube to solve with?
I think so. I'm not up to date on the regulations, but you can get slightly different sized cubes. So maybe.
Cool. So, but you're doing it with like the normal Rubik's Cube, like 3x3, because there's also different sizes of cubes, right? Like different.
Yeah, there's
Rails.
actually, yeah, the main one is the 3x3, the classic cube for sure. But there's, I think, 17 or so different like sub-disciplines. Like Kira was talking about the fewest move contest, which I'm kind of focusing on right now, where it's less to do with how fast you do it and more to do with how efficiently you're doing it. And then, yes, there's all different sizes. So from 3x3, the normal, up to 7x7, I think is the largest one in competition. And then all the way down to 2x2, there's actually a smaller version of the cube. So yeah, there's crazy ones, and then various blindfolded ones as well, where you have to memorize the cube and then solve it while blindfolded. I think the record there is something like 10 seconds, including time to memorize and solve.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Yeah. That seems like unimaginable, like unattainable for me to even comprehend about it, because I can solve a Rubik's Cube, but it takes me like 5 minutes. 7 minutes. Yeah.
I feel the same way when I see speed puzzlers, like some of the really top speed puzzlers. You know, I was at the World Series supporting Kira up in Germany not too long ago. And yes, as a spectator, seeing, people pick up a piece and try like 4 different places with, 2 different orientations each time within, I don't know, like 2 seconds or something. It's crazy how like how physical it is, as well as, of course, the mental aspect of selecting the pieces and all of this.
Yeah. And what's very exciting about speed puzzling is that I don't think we're at that point yet where we can say like, okay, this is like the limit of how fast we can go. I think we're like approaching it, but I don't think we're there yet. And I think it'll take some time before we are like, at a point where we are like similar with speed cubing. You think like, okay, 3 seconds or like 3 seconds is like crazy. And it's like really hard to get there. And even it's just not physically possible to be faster. And I feel like we're speed puzzling. We haven't reached it yet. We thought a year ago, okay, 30 minutes, that's it. That's the fastest you could possibly be. And now it's like 25 minutes, and I'm wondering like how much faster can we get?
I mean, It seems like speed puzzling has grown in popularity year on year each time. And every time there's, the lower bound gets lower and lower. So I think once the 4 and 5-year-olds discover it, we're all
Yeah, there are some very fast kids, like Connor, for example, who is I don't know how he is that fast, but I don't think a 4 and a 5-year-old would be able to even solve a 500-piece puzzle.
I would have said the same about a Rubik's Cube. Who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe we'll find out someday.
There's probably a few who are like speed puzzle savants.
Yeah, Kiara and Kian, I would love to know, like, considering Rubik's Cubes and competitive like maths and programming, what skills cross over then into speed puzzling? Like, where do you go, oh, I've done this before, or I kind of have a template in my mind how I should do this? What skills from those competitive fields help you with puzzling?
Maybe Kira might agree or disagree, but I think breaking things down into the smaller parts, like looking at a puzzle's image and not just seeing the large character, but seeing the like texture within that and the individual pieces. Those kind of skills of like looking past the obvious and seeing the underlying patterns. I think that comes up in both. Would you agree?
I agree with that. Yeah, especially like not just going for the direct approach. Like, for example, if I look at a puzzle that doesn't make sense to do the edges, I'll just leave. I won't even touch them. Whereas maybe some puzzlers, when they just start, they'll always do the edges no matter what. So those kind of things really kind of, I guess, turn the problem on its head.
Mm-hmm. So identifying, the components of an image, or in terms of programming the components of a specific puzzle or logic that needs logic puzzle that needs to be solved.
And I guess as well for the, like, from cubing, like, you know, like just being fast, like with your hands, like being can't remember the word.
Like dexterous or
yeah, dexterity. Yeah. Yeah, and that's something I definitely haven't mastered yet for puzzling. Like I just can't get, like, say if I'm trying to get a piece into 10 different spots, I'm not efficient with that at all. And that's
We have desks side by side. So sometimes I'll be working on my laptop and Kira will be doing a puzzle next to me and I will have a piece just fly across the desk. And I'll be enlisted to like go find it and pick it up and give it back to her. So yeah, I'm no better though. My dexterity, if I'm moving too fast, it just doesn't work. I need to slow down and be a little more precise.
Mm-hmm. And are the other competitive activities that you've done, are they also social? Like, is there an aspect, like when you go to these competitions, that you've met people online, or you can do things in teams and pairs? Like how is it to go to these events and interact with the other competitors?
I think it's I think both the programming and the cubing are relatively social because they're still kind of niche. You know, they're niche enough that if you're going to like a national level thing, you'll have met most of the people there before. So I think both of them still have this kind of community around them. And people will discuss, you know, the top people and, you know, try and work out what they're doing or like how to copy them. I think, yeah, similar to speed puzzling, I think, you know, everyone is sort of united by this one like weird niche interest they have. So, you know, it's a very easy starting point for, you know, any kind of conversation, really.
Yeah, and the same afterwards, like when you're maybe after the contest, everyone's together talking about how they solved it and like what approach did they take. Very, very similar to speed puzzling.
Yeah, immediate debriefs.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. One thing I just want to clarify, did you meet each other at a Rubik's Cube event, or did you go there together, or like?
We almost did, but actually, yeah, I think how it happened, we were both in university together at the same time. And I think Kira heard through a mutual friend that I also was, you know, solving Rubik's cubes. So she sent me a picture of her Rubik's cube, and I think that's literally the first conversation we have together.
So you received a picture of her or her Rubik's cube?
Yeah,
a picture of her cube.
Yeah.
And you thought love at first sight.
Yeah, she was forward, but you know, I was into it.
And it turned out, we found out a few years later that 3 years before that, we were supposed to meet because Kian went to a cubing contest in the north of Ireland, and I was supposed to go to that contest, but I was going with a friend and she couldn't go, and I didn't want to go alone. I was 18 at the time, and in hindsight, I'm glad I didn't go because Kian is 3 years younger than me, and I would have met him when he was 15. If I had met him as an 18-year-old, met a 15-year-old, we were supposed to actually stay in the same accommodation. And according to Kian, everyone got together and everyone was like, you know, talking and chatting, and everyone was like, you know, quite good friends afterwards. So that would have created quite a different dynamic for us, having met at that age versus 3 years later when he was 18 and I was 21.
Oh, that's very cute. So yes, you met at the right time, but it was destiny.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's so cool. I love that. Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight, for both of you for participating and yeah, taking part. Now you've got 2 of those puzzles of each of them. But yeah, we look forward to seeing more EJJs, and thanks you for sharing a bit of your life with us, and yeah, also your bit of your background of other activities. It was very fun to hear from you.
Yes, thanks so much. Nice to meet you guys.
You too.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks,
See ya.
Kira and Kia. Kim.
Yeah, and also their names are so similar. Like it was just kind of like meant to be,
Meant
you know?
to be. Yeah. Yes. So we've got Sarah, Richard, Sylvia, and Kurt, who are still puzzling, looking really good there. And we've, plenty of time. We've got 22 minutes left, and I think everyone is going to make it.
Yeah. So Kurt was the one with the marching band, right?
Yeah.
And then Richard, he's doing also crossword competitions over for a long time. So I'm also curious about crossword competitions as well, because I've done crosswords. How do I know if I'm good enough to enter a competition?
Yeah, I used to do a lot of crosswords as a kid. In the old days in the newspaper, you had like a daily crossword, or usually like 3 or 4 of them. And I used to love doing them. But one thing I realized is that once I moved to Germany, like my English, it's like as my one language increases, the other language like suffers. And so sometimes if I try to do like Scrabble or crossword, it's like I'm trying to think of the English question and then like the German word pops into my head. And yeah, so we also had so a couple of people wrote in the chat. Tepat did competitive go-karting, and
That's cool.
Rena did swimming competitions as a kid and board game tournaments as an adult, and Brown also did national board game tournaments.
Yeah, I wonder what that entails. Like, what kind of board games are we talking? Are we talking like Settlers of Catan, or like what, board game tournaments? It's so broad. There's so many board games.
Yeah, then we have Tulia, who did a winter rally in Finland. She said she was second to last, but it was so fun, and she's going to do it again next Saturday. That's a good thing. It's not always about, it's not always about coming first, or, it's just about the fun and finding an activity that you enjoy, just like puzzling.
Oh, and Kurt is about to finish. Like 2 more pieces? 1 more piece? Yes! There we go.
Awesome. Well
Yay.
done. Well done, Kurt.
Well done. I'm curious to know what instrument he played in the band of his marching band.
And well done to Sarah. Sarah also finished just a few moments ago.
Yay, Sarah.
So yes, Kurt, if you'd like to, you can write in the chat what your instrument was. So in the meantime, let's just have a quick chat with Carla. She's come back. She was actually, Portugal is actually playing football today, so that's why she was away from the computer, but I think she's back. If you're there, you can turn your camera on again, and then we can have a quick chat. Hi, Carla.
We lost you to the football.
I'm so sorry. I realized too late that I was getting interviewed because I got 4th place. I did not expect to get interviewed.
How did the football match go? Is it still going?
Portugal is winning right now, so that's a big win.
Who are they playing?
They're playing Uzbekistan right now. Yeah, I remember when I told my husband that I was going to do the speed puzzle, he was like, wait, but Portugal's playing at the same time. And I was like, well, I guess we're both playing at the same time. But it's also a big win for me because I also did not expect to do well in today's puzzles. So that was interesting. It's really the type of puzzles that I'm good at. So that was nice.
Yeah.
And it's also the first time I'm being interviewed outside of being an artist, I guess.
Oh yeah, I interviewed you for was it the Japanese Fox?
Yes, the Amber Fox puzzle.
Yeah, so pretty. Oh, just 1 second. Kurt says he played the mellophone. Now I don't know what that is.
A mellophone, interesting. Yeah, I don't think I know that either.
Yeah, and I thought I knew a bunch of instruments, but apparently I don't know anything.
Yeah, I only know the basic ones most of the time. Shane.
Shane.
Shane
same as French horn.
Oh.
Oh, like the.
Yeah, the one that does a turn, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Yeah, that seems very marching bandy. Yeah, like I see them like doing the dances with it and stuff.
Yeah, I saw also the question on the email that I was sent to the competitors today, but I didn't think that I would contribute much because outside of puzzle competitions, I only really had same as another competitor that you guys were mentioning, math during school, and other than that, it was also art competitions as well for school. So my experiences there was like not for fun at the time. I didn't really count those.
Yeah. But I think I mean, there's still interesting types of competition, right? Like what you did a math competition. Tell me, what is it? Do you get like math problems
It
and
was
you have to
rough.
solve fast?
It was actually rather rough because I was living in Macau at the time, and the math competition was with other Chinese schools, and I was one of the few ones from the Portuguese school in Macau. Um, so let's just say the level of Chinese is as we expect because it was a lot harder than I thought, and it was the first time that my school was participating. I was in 12th grade at the time, and we got there. It was only me and 3 more students. We got there. It was a room, basically pretty much a classroom. And there's no adrenaline. It's just a test that is put in front of you, and you have to do the exercise. I got there. I started to flip the pages. I looked at to the other students of my school, and we were all looking at each other like, I don't know if we can do any of this.
What was the text in Chinese?
No, it was in English.
Okay.
Exactly because of us, because it was the first time the Portuguese school was participating. And we struggled. We struggled a lot. I managed to do a few of them, but we got out of the exam. We had our math teacher also accompany us, and we're like, we're not sure that we're gonna even be in the rankings for this one. So let's just say we had pretty much an awakening that day that maybe our school math is not comparable to the Chinese level.
Yeah. Yeah, because all I know, like what I imagine math competitions to be like is like the movie Mean Girls.
Yeah, I expected something like that too. More
they're
like
having
the
math
quiz
leagues.
version of it.
Yeah, and it's like 2 teams against each other and click a buzzer if you know it. So I
Yeah,
thought
that
like,
would have been
it's
more
gonna be
fun, honestly.
exciting.
It just felt like a normal exam or a test put in front of you. And I think that also didn't help the motivation in terms of like struggling in our own math exercises. So that was quite something.
Yeah, interesting though. And what was the other thing that you said?
Art competitions, but
Art
it's most
competition.
like so our art teacher will be like, hey, we have the next thing to do, but we could like use our work for art competitions. I had that done in my high school and also in college. So in college, I also participated in competitions for posters for TED Talk, for like TEDx. I got in 3rd place once. But other than that, it was just, you send an illustration and they evaluate it and classify it.
Like a jury,
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
You don't go to like a particular place. There's no like fun activities or a quiz in like the Mean Girls that you mentioned. You just pretty much submit and wait for the results.
So I actually went to kind of like an art competition in New Zealand. My sister and I were just walking through the city in Wellington, and then we saw a building that said the National Portrait Gallery, and so we just thought, oh, we've got some time, let's just wander in there. And we were so impressed. It was so amazing. It was a portrait gallery, so just one big room. So it wasn't multi-room, it was just one room, and they had 50 portraits along the wall, and it was part of the New Zealand National Portrait Competition, which they do every 2 years. And they were just so impressive. Like, just you think they were photos, but they were like hand drawn or painted, and you could just look up really close and see like every dot and every stroke, like such amazing portraits. So they had people had submitted their portraits, and then they had been officially judged, and then some people had been awarded prizes and highly commended and things like that. But what was cool was that everybody who went in could also vote for their favorite.
Oh.
Because so then there was going to be a People's Choice Award, And
Mm.
it was just like a hidden gem because we totally didn't expect it. Like we were just walking past and thought, oh, let's
Richard!
pop in. Oh yeah, well done, Richard.
Well done.
Yay!
Yay, good job, Richard.
Oh.
And then
And then- You did it!
and then we loved it. So I loved it so much that I brought my parents back the next time and said, hey, you've got to vote as well. So that was quite nice that they actually did a presentation to share it with the public and not just look at the pictures and then kind of keep it quiet.
Yeah, that's a struggle that I had in our competitions too, is that, especially when I was younger, back in high school, middle school, is that they didn't really talk about how they would evaluate the artwork. So it didn't feel transparent enough. And if there's like other interventions of like the public and stuff like that, maybe that feels a little bit more fair, I would say. Because you don't know what's behind the scenes. It's pretty much, okay, well, let's see how it goes.
There's a great show on British TV called like Portrait Artist of the Year. And you can watch them on YouTube. They are all there like for free to watch. And it's really cool because they always draw like celebrities. And then there's different rounds, like people apply and then you can go and you can like live paint and you have 4 hours to do a portrait. And then it's always of like some like probably British celebrities, or depends. Sometimes they're bigger, sometimes they're smaller. And then each episode they select like 2 or 3, or I think 2 or 3 of the day. And then at the end they have like all the winners compete against each other. And then the winner, they get like a commission to draw like a portrait that is going to hang like in the whatever British Library or some, some like actual commission.
Do you know what the name of the show is?
It's just called Portrait Artist of the Year.
Okay.
Yeah,
I might look into that.
Yeah, if you put it into YouTube, you should find it. And they have like they have a big backlog of things, and it's nice because they have professional artists, they have amateur artists, they have also different kinds of portrait artists.
Also different levels too?
Yeah, different levels and also different mediums. Like some people are doing oil, some people are doing acrylic, some people are doing charcoal, like a pencil, it can be anything really. And I like watching them sometimes. I like putting it on while I do puzzles.
Might be something I'll try.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, I have to excuse myself because my baby is also calling for me.
Yes.
But thank you very much for calling me over.
Thanks so much, Carla. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How do you say go Portugal in Portuguese?
Vamos Portugal.
Vamos Portugal.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
And congratulations to Sylvia, who finishes.
We cleared the room.
Well done. And in the time limit as well. So with 9 minutes to spare. So yes, very lovely live stream tonight. Everyone has finished. And yes, we got there in the end despite all the difficulties and the setbacks throughout the day.
Yes.
And we found out some really interesting backstories about our puzzlers. I think it's fascinating.
Yeah, there's so many hobbies now that I need to look up and get into.
I know. We now know what a mellophone is. We know about rabbit show jumping, and
I know a lot about programming, competitive programming,
and speed cubing. And we had some fun puzzles as well. So we're happy for that. And thanks, SJ, for joining us in the end. So thanks, Catherine, for commentating and joining me tonight. It's been fun. It's been a while since I've been back in the hot seat and also doing things behind the scenes. And yes, we'll see everyone at the next EJJ. I think the next one is a flex. So I think the next competition, the next live stream should be an unreleased puzzle in the next week. And we look forward to that.
Me as well. Wednesday,
right?
Yes.
Unreleased puzzle. All right. Thanks, everyone, and good night.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Good night.